Morning. It is May the 22nd. Rise and shine, my friends. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk, where we get together 7 days a week to chat about what's going on in the world of weather. Top two things we are monitoring: the threat for flooding as rain chances are rising across the Sunshine State. We'll be discussing that, plus tracking the tropics, what's going on, and why the system that we're tracking this morning isn't even the one, to me, that is at least the most interesting out there. So, yeah, let's discuss. But first, before we get into all that, let's discuss where we are in terms of the weather this morning. It is a lovely start if you enjoy comfortable but cloudy mornings. This is a shot from our Tower Cam network. We're looking over toward Port Canaveral from Cocoa. It is a fine morning. Not a concern weather-wise, at least at this hour. We take a look at our first warning live Doppler radar, and we're actually nice and quiet. Let me just loop this for you. There you go, like a little bit of rain off the Atlantic coast, a little bit of rain off the Gulf Coast. Did have a little shower activity. Let me just take you to Volusia. Don't want to forget about this. Look at that. Did have a little shower right here around Oak Hill. We'll take you in even closer, right? Not bad, but it was a little shower. It faded. No big deal. Temperatures out the door, 77 in Orlando. It's 74 in Wildwood. 76 in Kissimmee, 77 degrees in St. Cloud. Today is going to be a stormy day. It's going to start up around lunchtime, maybe just after, and go through the afternoon. I've not been told yet, but my spidey senses tell me I just might end up in that weather lab today. Haven't been told, but, you know, if I was a magic 8-ball, my sources would say yes. Which means that I'm going to work, because I'm taping something for the hurricane special, which is just a couple of days away now. But something tells me I need to bring a change of clothes with me. So, good times. Good times. All right, good morning to you. Stormy day, my friends. You can see those triangle icons. Those are the impact icons. If you're new to the game, those little icons there, that represents the fact that we're looking at the possibility for strong to severe storms in that window. All right. Taylor says it's definitely Monday. Taylor, good morning. Hopefully we can get the day started off a little bit better for you. Good morning to you, Pat. Janice says, I ordered my Apple Watch Ultra yesterday. Thank you for recommending it. Oh, it's my pleasure. I've got mine. I love it. I'll tell you, too, I'm in the process of upgrading my computer. So this may be the last Coffee Talk we do from this computer. Pretty cool. I'm excited about some new technology. Faster MacBook Pro. Always fun. Belinda, good morning to you. Back in Winter Garden, must have had some good rain and lightning because grass and plants look good. Trying to wrap my head around being back after 2 weeks vacation in Palm Beach. I wish I was there with you. I was just there, but there's never enough. Cafe Pilone Ubustello. I've got my Pilone here, and it is so needed today. Warren, good morning to you. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Safe and stay humble. I like it. Let's add one more thing to it. Let's try to stay dry. We're in this weather pattern that's not really conducive for dry, but here we are. So what's going on? Let's discuss the overall weather scenario, okay? Got that old front, that area of low pressure, kind of hanging out along the northern Gulf there. And then it kind of just hangs out across the peninsula this week. And then by Wednesday into Thursday, it lifts to the north. And so what we end up happening, if you've been following our long-range stuff, the Gulf low basically is playing into the Nicole part of the pattern. But what it equals out to for all of us, is that it's going to be a wet forecast the next couple of days. Let's just take a look at this, okay? The flooding threat the next few days. They don't have Wednesday highlighted, but, to me, I would say that Wednesday may be in there. Today and tomorrow, we're watching for the potential of some flooding rains, but today we're also watching for the potential of some strong to severe winds. Where's this graphic? Why am I... Oh, because that's day. Hold on. It's the Mondayest of Mondays. Hold on. There. Today, a level 1 out of 5 risk for strong to severe storms, meaning out of all the storms that develop, and there's going to be numerous showers and thunder showers. Isolated. We may get 1 or 2 nastier cells trying to bubble up, which is why today has been dubbed a first warning impact day. I held off on doing it yesterday. If I'm honest, it's a marginal day compared to any other afternoon scenario in the Sunshine State, if I'm honest with you. But Alex made the decision to upgrade it yesterday, and that's fine. He's kind of going along with what the Storm Prediction Center is saying, and I get it. But to me, it's just like any other day in Florida. We're looking at the threat for some wind gusts, which we can basically get any day during the summertime. Here's a look at the impact breakdown, all right, the severe risk. It says this morning, it's really just today. It's damaging winds. Again, every day during the summertime really can get that. So that's where we're at today, watching the severe weather risk, which is why today's an impact day. But what about the timing? What about Futurecast? Let's look at this, shall we? All right, this morning we're looking fine. 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock. We're starting to get a little bit of rain developing across our northern areas. I'll bring this full screen so that you've got the clearest view possible, right? 1:30, 2 o'clock, showers and thunder showers spreading through central Florida. Very heavy rainfall, it looks like, around 4 o'clock, and then continuing through about 6:37, seeing those showers and those thunder showers. But it's not just today either. If we were to look at the rain chances over the next few days, you'll see we're staying wet today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and then into Thursday, the rains start moving east of us as that storm system, as that Nicole part of the pattern kind of works away from us. So we've got some decent rains the next few days, which is fine. We need it. One point of note, if we look back at the surface map, okay, that area of low pressure from the Gulf of Mexico kind of comes in and then ends up working out over the eastern areas and lifting to the north. And it's basically an old dying front. This happens in May so often. And so often, it's these kinds of scenarios that lead us to tropical development. These dots are where tropical things have formed over the years in the month of May. And there's a reason, listen, there's a reason why so many of them are clustered over or around Florida, because these old weakening fronts just love to try to bubble up stuff. So yeah, that's what we're watching. Now, that's later this week. We're already at this hour watching a little piece of energy off of our east coast. Not expecting it to do much. Over the next 7 days' time, there's a 10% likelihood of it developing. Over the next 2 days' time, there's a 10% likelihood of it developing. Development is not expected. But to me, this is not the one. This is not the one that I would be watching for development. I would be watching over the next few days as that area of low pressure travels across the peninsula and ends up off of our east coast by Thursday, Friday. That is going to be the time frame that we're going to need to watch it. Okay? That's Thursday. I highlighted this. It was a week ago today that I first showed this graphic saying, I've changed it from last week to this week, but it was a week ago today when I was covering for Tony that I was saying, the easternmost Gulf into the offshore waters off of our east coast, that's going to be an area that we're going to need to watch. Not necessarily for any rapid development, nothing big, but just for some sort of development. So looking at the 7-day forecast, my friends, nice and quiet? No. There's a lot of rainfall the next couple of days' time. But as our rain chances gradually start to drop off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that storm system moves away from us and will kind of perhaps try to feed on some of that energy. So that's where we're at in terms of the weather the next couple of days. It's going to be an active weather pattern. Let me tell you, we are going to be tracking showers and thunder showers the next few days. 70% coverage of rain ain't nothing. Most of us are going to get wet. Cindy says, though, not going to complain too much about it being wet. The plants and ponds need it. 100%. My neighbor just messaged me this morning and said that there's an otter in my pond. And I'm going to respond to him right now. I didn't know there was enough water for an otter. Bad joke, but like the water behind my house in the pond is super low. It's super dry. So I wouldn't mind that. Beth says got nothing yesterday. What did I get? Did I get any rain? Let's look. Yo, yesterday I got 0.22 inches of rain. It's not nothing. Better than a poke in the eye. All right. Yeah. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. What are we talking about, Taylor? Missed that. Oh, boy. I think an impact day signal, the slam dunk into the rainy season makes sense. Helps those who are cool enough to watch Coffee Talk to know that it's here. You know, I mean, the thing is if I'm going to be fully transparent and you know, I'm glad the SPC isn't going to be watching this, but the SPC for today labeled us as being under they call it a marginal risk. We've changed it for social messaging purposes and used the definition and not their term because I think the definition tells it better than their term. Isolated, level 1 risk of strong to severe storms. So that's today. Tomorrow, nothing. Wednesday, nothing. So my struggle is we've got an 80% chance of inclement weather the next couple of days. Today, negligibly more dynamic there. So, you know, that's why I held off. Because to me, Florida's going to Florida, and today, negligibly. But okay, we'll roll. We'll roll with it. Weather's gonna weather. Florida's gonna Florida. Rachel, good morning to you. Tina, good morning. Good morning. Chris says, yesterday it only rained when I wanted to swim. Isn't that always the way it goes? It's always the way it goes. Julie says we're leaving on a 7-day cruise on Saturday. Bahamas, St. Thomas, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. Hope we don't have a storm messing with our cruise. You know, if there is, it would be north of you. I mean, there may be some wave action, but yeah, it'll be north of you, I think. Janice says summertime and the living is easy. Except we have to, you know, track the tropics every now and then. But that's the way it goes. You know, we haven't had a named storm yet this May. But we've got a few days left to go. 10 days until the start of hurricane season. Wow. Steph says we made it to New Smyrna Beach yesterday just in time to watch the rocket launch from the beach right before dinner at JB's. Ooh, that sounds like fun. I like that. Brian says Citra got rocked yesterday. Yeah, we definitely had some nastier storms. Nick says back in Maine now with crisp, cool mornings, but always watching Florida weather. Nick, I'm going to Maine this summer. I've been through there, but I've never vacationed there. And we've got a wedding we're going to. So I'm excited. We're going to hang out for a couple of days in Bar Harbor. Never been there before. Jennifer, I had no idea Florida had otters. Oh, yeah. And listen, they get aggressive. No joke. Florida otters get aggressive. Okay. Okay. Yep. Florida's going to Florida, Tammy. That's the truth, though, man. Every time we hire a new meteorologist, and they're like, I just don't know if I should do 86 or 87. I'm like, doesn't matter. Florida's going to Florida. It's so mesoscale. You know, people that are used to these synoptic scale type things, it's such a different forecasting mentality here. Why? Because Florida's going to Florida. Always fun. Jen's asking the Nicole recycle. Indeed it is. It's the Nicole recycle. Yup. Yeah, this is the markings of not only a wet forecast, you know, but this has the markings of this is how you start weak, early tropical things. That right there is the banner child to May tropical systems. They aren't strong, but they're just a subtle nudge. Hey, buddy. Just wanted to let you know hurricane season's here. That's all. That's what that is. Whether or not it develops, it doesn't matter. We're going to get a lot of rain this week. That is the bottom line. Yeah. That's right, Chris. The storm who shall not be named. Nikki says otters will go after gators, right? Like they've got, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog, right? Those otters are beefy little suckers. They'll go. Trina says we saw a few otters here, not friendly, but very cute. Oh, so cute. So not friendly. I remember I was snorkeling in one of the springs and I saw an otter and I was like, oh, gotta get away from that. I'm more afraid of otters than alligators. Not by much, but yeah. Mr. Mike, you drove by this weekend? Sugar. Next time we got to get you in. Nicole says, thank you, Nicole. Don't recycle in the peak of hurricane season, at least in the weather world. You can recycle in your garage and in the front yard, but don't recycle a storm. Yeah. Mickey, what do the models show? All right, let's talk about it. All right. Let me dial it up for you. Okay, all right. Raw model data. Okay, so here you go. This is the American GFS model, and it's showing that area of low pressure off of our east coast. Now, we've already discussed this. No need to be fearful. That doesn't look like much. Like there's an area of low pressure. Cool beans. Not going to do much, okay? But it's there, and the Hurricane Center has already given that a 10% chance of forming over the next 7 days' time. It's probably not going to develop, but that's that feature, okay? Okay, let's roll through time, shall we? There it goes, lifts to the north. As it's lifting to the north, it's pulling out that Nicole part of the pattern right there. That's Saturday. 1,006 millibars. Pulling away, weakening, and then heading up toward the Carolinas. That right there, this weekend, to me, would be the opportunity. As that low kind of bubbles off the east coast of Florida, tries to lift to the north, hits that Gulf Stream water, okay? There's going to be a narrow window to me this weekend for some tropical development. But again, develop or not, impacts to Central Florida are absolutely unchanged. We are literally just looking at rainfall. Okay? That's all. Tammy says, this to me isn't the summer pattern. Storms not doing the east-west sea breeze collisions yet. Sure they are. It's not maybe happening over your area, but they're doing it. Yeah, they're already starting it. Yeah. Nick says Bar Harbor is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Do tour the park. We have a cottage in Limon near Bar Harbor. Frenchman says, oh, very fun. I can tell you it's the most expensive hotel room I've ever gotten. Like standard hotel. I couldn't find anything that was decently priced. But here we go. Bar Harbor. I mean, it's gonna be a beautiful wedding, and to me, it's one of those things. All right, continuing through the models. Okay, all right, so there's that little window. It moves up, no big deal. Another weak front, low pressure, no nothing crazy, and then that goes back to the beginning. All right, so for me, it's going to be the next couple of days. There's that lifts to the north, then you get that little Nicole part of the pattern doing its thing. Yeah, all right, so that's where we're at, okay, in the tropics, and all the models are basically saying the same stuff, so no big concern. But while we're talking tropics, just a reminder, my friends, starting tomorrow, weekly updates. This is something new. Something new. Talking all about the tropics with my colleague, Jeremy Nelson. He is the guy that I work with so close on our hurricane season forecast. Months and months and months and months and months and months and months of work go into it. And we're starting on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. It's going to be just like Coffee Talk, but it's going to be solely focused on the tropics. It's called, right now, Tracking the Tropics. Could call it Tracking the Tropics Tuesdays. The idea is that as more activity gets going, if we're under a threat, then maybe we do it a little more frequently, that sort of thing. But yeah, Tracking the Tropics, such an original name. 10 a.m. So that means tomorrow, and of course this is like the worst time to get a new computer, but it may be the way I do it. Tomorrow morning, we've got Coffee Talk at 8, and then we have Tracking the Tropics at 10, and it'll be on my social channels. And then, of course, the afternoon Coffee Talk at 3:30. We'll look at models. We'll go deep diving into models. Do all the things. This first week, we're not doing any kind of a guest. We're just going to kind of set it up. Cindy says, I never knew hurricane season had an accent. You learn something new every day on Coffee Talk. Every day on Coffee Talk. You learn something new. Oh, man. Denise, but doesn't it always rain on Memorial Day weekend? Sure, it does. But look at the models. Look at the data, because rain chances are going down for Memorial Day weekend. I had somebody ask me on Twitter, should I do the beach this weekend? And it's like, all I'm saying is there's a 70% chance of rain tomorrow, but there's a 30% chance of rain on Sunday. Guess where I'm going to be this Sunday? If you said the beach, you'd be right. Relaxing under that tent, pretending I'm allergic to the sunshine. Yep. That's where I'll be. Brian says Tropical Tuesdays. We'll figure out a name. We're just starting it. Listen, Coffee Talk started with me wearing a t-shirt looking like I had just come in out of the homeless shelter. I mean, Coffee Talk has evolved. This too will evolve. Trish, yes, it will be. I'm putting it to everywhere that I'm streaming it live, everywhere that Coffee Talk goes. So Wesh's Facebook, my Facebook, Wesh's Twitter, my YouTube page. I believe it's going to be live on Wesh.com, and it's going to Jeremy Nelson's Twitter, Jeremy Nelson's Facebook page, and the WJCL page. So yeah. Evolving every day. That's right. Tim's asking, do you and Jeremy work for the same company? We do. Yeah, so the joke of it is when I made this graphic, you see how I'm in front of him? For his station, I made the exact same graphic, except, boom, he's in front of me. It was a joke. But yeah, we work for the same company, so it was a joke, but yeah, we work for the same company, which also means that all the templates that he uses are my templates. Yeah. All right. Questions, comments, concerns about our 7-day forecast. It's going to be stormy. I like Jeremy when he was in Kansas City with Gary. Yeah, Tim, you remember that's how our long-range world has worked. Mickey, can we see rain accumulation for this week? Sure. American GFS and the European models showing pretty good rain amounts. GFS is absolutely going more in on the rains, but I would say I think that the American GFS is more dialed into it. So if I'm 100% honest with you, I would say that that's more in line. Yes, Stella did just bark. Yep. I shut the door. When I do coffee talk, I shut the door to my office so that Stella couldn't come in here because she's an attention seeker. And when I'm trying to focus, that's not even focusing. When I'm trying to talk, it's like I can't do that with the kids. So when I'm home with the kids, we're going to have the kids. But like with Stella, she'll come in and do her thing. Yeah. So what you're saying is the GFS is sobered up. I mean, here's the thing. If you look at this, like Friday night, Marion County got 7 inches of rain in a random storm because Florida's going to Florida. So why do I think with a 70 to 80% chance of rain, do I think that we're only going to get 2 to 3 inches with some spots getting 3 to 5? I think a lot of areas have the chance to get 3 to 5 inches of rain over this week. This is where you've got to see the forest through the trees. This is where you've got to pull your head out of the computer models took us and say, you know what? Let me use that 4 years of college education, right? Ocala got 7 inches of rain on a random weather afternoon. Florida's going to Florida. So, yeah, I think that the GFS has a better handle. I think it's going to be... And we'll see. If we get 1 to 2 inches of rain peak in Central Florida, okay. I just doubt it. I've done this here long enough. We'll see. I would say that there's going to be some areas that for the week could see 3 to 5 inches of rain. And there's some areas that'll probably see 3 inches in one of the days. It's just the way it goes. Victoria says it's been so hit and miss with the rain. I know, Victoria. Golly, like I would love to get some rain at my house. I got 1/4 of an inch yesterday. I haven't been getting much. But I'll tell you what, if we look at the satellite and radar, you know what is a wet weather maker for Florida in the month of May? That, all of that moisture from that area of low pressure, that's going to gradually be sifting into our area. That's a wet weather pattern for Florida in the month of May. I can tell you that right now. Oh, man. Cindy, good morning. How much rain did north of Apopka get Saturday afternoon? I came back from an interview in the driveway, nearly washed out. North, you're going to make me go digging? All right, hold on a second. North of Apopka Saturday. Let's look. Precipitation Saturday, the 20th. Saturday through midnight. North of if I'm honest with you, you got north of Apopka, the nearest weather station, got 0.78 inches of rain on Saturday. You know? Now, for the weekend, let's just look for the weekend. The weekend as a whole, north of Apopka got 0.84. Meanwhile, for the weekend, Ocala got 3.03. Anyway, I can keep looking, but you get the idea. We thought it was going to rain this weekend. We had none. Had to put the sprinklers on. I know it. Yeah. Denise says, had a Schnauzer for 9 years, and now I have her pup. That's half Schnauzer, half red-nosed pitch. Schnauzers are very sweet. My Stella's very sweet. Yeah. Are we still below in drought levels? You know, the drought's improving. If we look at the yearly numbers, here's the yearly numbers. You know, Leesburg is still dry, but this week we can easily nix this. So there you go. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, anything. Again, today, nice and normal. Always fun. Tomorrow, which means today we've got our 8 a.m. coffee talk and we have our 3:30 coffee talk. Tomorrow, which, again, laugh if you want, but like something tells me that this afternoon's coffee talk is going to be from the weather lab. We'll see, but my gut, and I'm not like, maybe I'm putting it in the atmosphere, I don't know. But to me, that's what's going to happen. All right. Then tomorrow, we've got morning coffee talk at 8. Tracking the Tropics Tuesday at 10. And then 3:30 coffee talk. So we got a lot going. Got a lot going next couple days. Love it. I love it when we're putting a plan together. Always fun. Kelly says, I've got lots of questions, comments, and concerns, but I'm going to keep those focused on Stella. Go bring her in. All right. I'm going to go play with her. You know what the other thing is, if I'm 100% honest, as she gets older and older, Carolyn says, please, we want Stella. I'm going to be very honest. As she gets older and older, I am getting more and more worried about picking her up. I can bring her in the room here, but I don't really want to pick her up. You could just tell that she's getting old. So I'll post a picture with her or something, but she's my sweet girl. Also, if you missed it yesterday, you want a good laugh, go back and watch. I posted a video of me like 3 months in doing on-air weather from WPBF. It was rough, but it was kind of tagging into a discussion about working with the generations of the future. It was off of Coffee Talk yesterday. It was kind of fun. So anyway, that's that. Be good. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. I will see you all at 3:30 this afternoon for the afternoon Coffee Talk. And just a reminder, join us tomorrow, Tracking the Tropics with WJCL Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Nelson. Should be a lot of fun and a lot of good information. All right. Be the sunshine. Take care, y'all.